Hello, everyone, and welcome to Roofing Contractor's latest Contractor Q&A. I'm Managing Editor Chris Gray, and I'm excited to be joined by Robby and Kimba Garcia of RKG Roofing and Construction out of Texas. So thank you to both of you for being here.
Awesome. We appreciate you having us, Chris. Thank you.
Definitely.
No problem. Thank you. And now, as I mentioned, you're out of Texas, so I don't know if you could just tell us a little bit about your company, for example, when it was founded, what kind of work you do, that sort of thing.
Awesome. We are a roofing contractor out of Fort Worth, Texas. We service the whole Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. We also do fire and flood restoration as well. Our specialty is in the insurance restoration division. We were established. We are roughly just about 5 years old here in a couple months. So that's exciting news.
So we founded RKG in 2016, and we specialize in storm restoration, working with insurance work. And we pride ourselves on doing quality construction here in DFW, which is a huge deal.
Now, you both come from a different background, so I don't know if you could just tell me a little bit about how each of your different backgrounds help in running RKG.
I'll let you start this one off.
Sure. So Robby actually grew up doing construction. He comes from a builder's background with his dad and uncles and all those kinds of things. So it's always been a passion of Robby's to take old, ugly spaces and make them all that they can be. In fact, fun fact, sometimes I even push on him over budget, because even if it means going outside of budget to make it wonderful, he'll do that. And so that's really Robby's superpower at RKG, is he ensures quality in every project every single time.
And it's amazing because, these things, it's just incredible what a roof can do from the outside perception for curb appeal. Mm-hmm. And the great thing about it is we live in Texas, roofs that are, definitely 6 to 9+ years. Most of these roofs have storm damage. And what better way to get these things covered by getting them paid for by your insurance carrier?
Yeah, so he loves that. That's his jam, right? Is being able to take the insurance company's budget and working that into something that's awesome for the homeowner at the end of all that. I actually I was a cosmetologist for 10 years. So I was a hairstylist. What was interesting about my background and being able to apply that to our company now really revolved around branding and marketing. I owned my own salon, so I was really big into online marketing. And with the marketing game, it's kind of there's a lot of plug and play in that. So once I learned insurance restoration and I learned roofing, I was able to apply that into my marketing talents and be able to really scale and grow our brand. Along the way, I've had to learn a lot, and I kind of took on the head of the business side of things as well, because that's my passion. I always say the people in the business are my passion. The projects and the customers and the production is Robby's passion.
When it comes to building, that's
so I love building the company. So I have also pushed into learning processes, systems, training, recruiting, all that stuff is me.
That's awesome. So it sounds like the two of you really worked out a really good balance for running the company together.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know how people do it without a partner. I'm like, Robby and I are so dependent on each other's talents. But
you have to have both sides. There's no way one person has the talent to cover every aspect. It's a wonderful thing to have this, to be working next to her.
Well, that's really good to hear and to see. And I imagine that helps out with dealing with a lot of the challenges that you face down in the Dallas-Fort Worth market. I don't know if you could just talk a little bit about some of the challenges you face and how you overcome them.
Man, I think the most challenging is, unlicensed roofers, which Texas, there's no licensing. So
if you're listening, state of Texas, we want licensing here.
Yes, definitely. Like he was saying a little bit, we're a contractor who prides herself in doing it the right way. Every roof that we build out, there's no accessory that's reused, even down on the drip edge. We build these roofs right, and we pride ourselves on it. And it really makes it challenging when you have roofers coming in, undercutting, underbidding, waiving people's deductibles, and, hey, we'll get you in this and give money back, just so they can make a little coin on something, not knowing the whole aspect, what they're doing. And it's really bad for homeowners because when they do have problems, most of those roofers aren't there, 3 to 6, 9 months, whenever their problems start occurring. But so the challenge is showing our worth, when we come up against another roofer like that wants to, give them a new roof and a new lawn and new everything to go along with
it. A TV, a cruise.
Right.
What it creates, Chris, is that it creates a market of distrust. So it almost becomes our job not only to assist with the insurance claims process, not only to build them out a quality roof, but before we even have the opportunity to do that, we have to earn their trust. And that's almost the first sale that we have to come to, because there's no license in our state. People have a struggle understanding why somebody else's bid could possibly be $5,000 less. And that's because they're not tearing the old roof off or whatever the case is. But we've created an environment here in Texas because of the lack of regulation to where it almost does fall back on our consumer to choose a contractor that actually has the skill sets, because unfortunately you can go down to Home Depot, buy yourself a ladder, file for an LLC, and congratulations, you're a roofing contractor. So it creates a lot of natural and justified distrust in our market.
To comment that, now I understand that RKG it prides itself a lot on its integrity, whether it's being a member of RCAT or just the quality work that you do. I don't know if you could just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we are a member of RCAT. And the quality of work it's 100% what we pride ourselves in. You mentioned integrity, and I automatically just think of quality on doing everything right, not cutting any corners, giving these people 100% what the manufacturer calls for in every way possible. I don't veer from that. I don't veer from city code. From a production standpoint, I won't roof a house that has slat decking or under code decking, things like that, and that's something that we have to really fight for as a contractor with the insurance carrier. But, doing things like that is especially what we love and what we pride ourselves in doing here at RKG.
Excellent.
Yeah, RCAT is the only way that we really can give ourselves a big brother, if you will. So we actually opt into that program, and then, they do help homeowners be able to kind of sort through the noise when it comes to who's the good contractors and the bad contractors. We're also huge on being preferred with the manufacturer. So we primarily install Owens Corning. We are preferred contractor with Owens Corning. We've also taken their courses. We are certified, our crews are certified to install their products. And fun fact, there's actually in the 4,000 roofing contractors that literally exist in DFW, only 25 of those are platinum preferred with Owens Corning. And in June, we will be number 26. And so we're very excited about that as well. But that goes to show, even from Robby and I, we're still constantly learning. We're always growing. We're pushing into these accreditations. And as much as we can, as much credibility as we can gain ourselves on paper in Texas, we're all about that. And that's why we are pro licensing. And we hope that does eventually happen, because we'll get licensed.
Awesome. Yeah, couldn't have said it better. And congratulations on the platinum status. That's really exciting.
Thank you. Yeah, we're excited about that.
Yeah. And so obviously, contractors can't do it alone. So are there any other companies that have helped you out aside from Owens Corning?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Beacon Materials, Rich Brock over at Beacon, he's been a huge partner and believing in us and, helping us on that side.
I think we also really need to give credit to our coaching agency that we hired to really help us scale our company, which is John Paramore and his team over at Smash, as well as we got Beacon, we got
And then we got a lot of good training through the Storm Ventures group when we got going, which really got us our foot in the door and beginning to learn the insurance restoration industry. And then with that and lots of experience, we've taken to ourselves to another level.
Yeah, Storm Ventures training was a big deal for us too. Definitely.
And you mentioned doing the training and the coaching that's helped you with growth. And it was, how long ago did you open your second location?
8 months ago?
Yeah, 8, 9 months ago, something like it. Beginning of the summer, summer of 20.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it had to be really exciting for you to open that up.
Yes.
It was interesting to see, you build this engine and these processes, but the real test comes when you get to see that duplicate. Does it work again? And that's what's the really exciting point about where we are, is that we have created a duplicatable system that we will be able to take not only to other locations, but also to other markets now. And so we're excited to see that continue, that ripple effect and the duplication process continue to grow.
If you don't mind my asking, what are some of the markets or maybe areas you're looking to expand into?
Glad you asked. We have been really talking about this lately. I think we love the Florida market. We love the Florida weather. That's definitely
where you want to be, right?
That's definitely going to be in our sights to see very, very soon. We want to start reaching out to other markets such as
in Texas.
Yes, in Texas.
Lubbock.
San Antonio. There's some of the southern markets.
Maybe Tyler.
Yeah. Right.
We have our feelers out there right now. We're actually going to be doing some work in a couple of these areas that we just mentioned. And really our game plan there is to see what picks up traction and where the dollars make sense, as well as, we have began starting to do research and development on breaking into the Florida market, because Florida does require a license, becoming licensed in Florida, and what opening a location in that market would really look like for us. And it's looking like that's going to be something that we pull the trigger on. So it's crazy, it's exciting, it's scary all at the same time, right?
Very cool. Yeah, very exciting here. And yeah, best of luck to you. And obviously, you're going to have to navigate the pandemic as everything's going on here. Mm-hmm. But it sounds like from what we've talked about so far is that you've taken some steps to keep the business going. So I don't know if you could just tell me a little bit about what you've done to keep business flowing through the pandemic.
One of the first things that we did is we really started leaning, I think like a lot of people did, more on Zoom. People that are uncomfortable meeting in person, we're able to do a consultation or explain the process, have a call over Zoom, which still gives you this kind of human element. It's a little more than a phone call. And also, utilizing DocuSign for people that, are feeling the need. We're still doing that for people. There's plenty of people that still feel the need to isolate, distance, and all those. So we're definitely respecting those boundaries with our customers, leaning on technology to allow us to do that. I've also put a lot more into diversifying our online presence and our online marketing to still be able to reach customers in a different way. Prior to the pandemic, I did a lot of networking events, and we really got out there and networked in with the community. So we've had to become a little bit more adaptive on how we're reaching people. But overall, I think that I was really thankful to already be familiar with Zoom and DocuSign and these wonderful platforms that we could implement in so quick. I already had accounts and all the things, so it was really a quick transition for us to be able to adapt to everything that we have going on. And we're just going to continue to do that until people feel safe and we all make it through this.
It sounds like you've been pretty on top of technology in general, but you also like to maybe do a little bit of a old school as well. And part of that being, like you said, the networking opportunities and building culture. And it sounds like culture is actually a really important facet to RKG.
Huge part of RKG.
We would say the most important part.
Yes, the very most important. With any bad energy in a room is, going to bring anything down. We maintain positivity and keep on pushing every day, pushing our limits and just setting that good tone and energy throughout. It really carries through, through the office, through the homeowners, and it really helps with the retention as well.
Excellent. Now, part of that culture, from what I've seen, is that you love giving back to the communities that you serve. What are some of the projects that you've done?
I think my favorite one to date has been our homeless give back.
Yeah.
It was so wonderful for so many different reasons. But what I did is I said, we're going to have no ad November. My entire ad budget is going to go into creating little backpacks of essentials for homeless people. So socks, toothpaste, all the things. And my sales team actually got together, and as a whole group, we went out there and we dispersed over 150 bags to homeless people, and they were really grateful. They were really welcoming. We kind of got to see their tents and communities and how they lived. And, you know, we documented this process, and we shared it with Facebook. And that's what I thought was really unique about this one particular event that we did, because I donated the ad budget, but then I told people to be able to help, to give the community an opportunity to be part of this with us. What we said is, hey, for every, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something along the lines of, for every 50 shares, we'll donate 50 more backpacks. And so that is what it was, right? Yeah. And so we ended up getting, and so I donated we donated the budget for the first 50. And then it was actually our Facebook following that continued to share. And because our marketing was still getting out there, and I didn't have to pay Facebook to do it because our followers were actually sharing and created that momentum, it actually helped me still be able, you know, to have dollars to donate back there. And it was still marketing, right? So I allowed them to be part of that process. And as they shared it, you know, money went back into the bucket to provide more packs. So when we did the distribution of the packs, we went live for that and allowed the people that were part of it to kind of get to be part of that journey as well. And so some of the homeless people that were the recipients of these packages got on there and, you know, were fun on the video and interacted with the video. And so it was really fun. It gained a lot of traction. We've also, you know, we've done Christmas presents for the elderly when COVID hit. You know, we had people nominate in elderly people that needed food delivered, and my team went out and we just left a hot meal on, I think we did 20 different people in the community's doorstep that day, just delivered a hot lunch for people that couldn't get out. And, you know, we really want to be known as, we're not just a roofing company. We want to be part of any community, any market that we're in. You know, it's really important to us that we're not just a roofing company, but we are integrated in with the community, and we're part of the bigger picture of the happenings within their communities.
Well, that all sounds amazing. So keep up the good work down there, and thank you for taking the time to chat with us today. We really appreciate it.
This was great. Thank you so much for having us on today, Chris, and for your time. You know, these are always fun, and anytime we have an opportunity to come on and share what we love doing, and you know, everything that we've built, is always an honor. So we really appreciate you asking us to be a guest on this today.
Oh, no problem at all. And thank all of you for watching. Now, for more videos like this and the latest industry news, be sure to visit roofingcontractor.com and be sure to sign up for our monthly e-magazine as well as our newsletters. Take care.